14. In the center left, in the gold.
Invasion Super.
In the bottom right, in the red, are Zerg.
Samsung Galaxy Khan Solar.
That's a steep cliff, man.
Yeah. That's a long fall.
That is. It's got to be good real estate right there, man.
On
Having
the
your
cliff?
house right there, yeah, overlooking an
I
ocean
would
or
not
whatever.
want to live on a cliff like that. That's scary.
Where would you want to live, Artosis? In a bunker 10 miles underground. God, Artosis, you're so weird.
With enough supplies
Enough supply, yes.
for 20 years.
I'd have special lamps that gave me sunlight so I never need to leave.
I need canned foods that'll last 27.5 years. That's the half-life of the radiation of the atomic bomb. You know, there's some guy out there that actually knows the half-life of that radiation.
You know,
He's like, that's not it.
That's not
true.
it.
I don't know.
I'm tweeting at you right now and calling you out. Now, actually, I wonder if we've ever gotten anybody who is in one of those crazy bunkers watching our show. That we get enough viewers here consistently.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so, though. I think the internet connection would be pretty bad. Because those people mostly live in America, right? Where Comcast bills you for trying to have fun on the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, oh, wait a minute, that's too much.
Not so
That's
fast,
too much
sir.
download right there. We're going to take that away.
God, that is one of the perks about living in Korea. The internet is so much better here.
Yeah.
Well, the probe comes up now, and we'll see this is a 3-hatch. Well, actually, now we'll see because of the timing of the spawning pool. This is a 3-hatch here.
Yeah, very greedy build, but he's done the greedy build too, so I guess it's okay. Tiny edge to super. I mean, sorry, solar.
Yep.
The S names, I get them mixed up. They both start with S and end with R. I don't know.
Well, let's see what strat Solar goes for here. So far, Super's openings have been, I mean, not the most ordinary, but not crazy either. You know, just checking
like,
up, and you can see there's a little bit of his own personality there. It's not a traditional build, but it sort of leans towards that. Solar's been doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely the one mixing it up a little bit more. And I think that kind of plays into who they are as well. Solar actually is like a championship Zerg kind of, right? Like, he's done super well in some tournaments. He's more accomplished than Super. Super, on the other hand, has shown us he just does the same thing every game in PvZ or PvT. His PvZ is super strong, but I mean, it looks vanilla in certain ways. He's not doing, like, SOS's PvZ is super strong, but he'll do anything. He'll do crazy stuff. Super's just like, no, I really understand how and when to attack. So that's, you know, he's like, all right, I'll open up like normal and safe, is, you know, pretty safe, pretty normal.
Survey the land, make some decisions, and go from there.
Uses Divining Rod, find the weakness in the Zerg army, and strike. Divining Rods are always funny.
They are so funny. Well, we have the little gateway wall here. And it looks like that should be a nice tight entry point here that's going to be tough for Solar to break or to counterattack into whenever Super moves out on the map. Soratosis, give me another funny tournament experience you had. I give you my sound.
I think the guy would not have said on this yet. Let me think. Give me a minute.
All right, we'll just sit
like
here. Old McTosis had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
Nothing's really popping in my head.
Terrans! No, I don't know.
Well, okay, here's one.
Yeah.
I think you were there. Were you there the year that In Control won USA Finals?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. So I guess you were there for this, but the guy that got third place skew was carrying his check. We were like walking to a restaurant or something, and he had a giant novelty check.
Yeah.
And he just threw it into a river that we were walking by. Just
That's so funny.
It was just like really weird and like.
Well, you're not going to turn
like,
that into the bank anyways. So.
No, but I mean, it's like kind of a cool thing to be like, wow, I got third in America. Here's a cool novelty check.
Well, it's certainly, I don't think the wisest decision.
None of the years that I did that well did I get a novelty check. They just didn't have them those years. So yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That was kind of funny.
Okay, we have a third base being taken pretty quickly here. Well, meanwhile,
great observing.
We see the Loch Ness monster there for a second. We're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, speed on the way. Roach is being made right now. Twilight going up. This is like, again, the very standard build from Super that we saw before on Overgrowth. Just 3 gates and a Forge into the Nexus and a Twilight. Robo's a little bit quicker this time. But it's just, this is a very standard, very good build. Like, I would actually suggest this build you're seeing Super do now. This is probably like everything he's done so far. This is what you want to basically practice if you want to be a good macro Protoss.
I really do like Super's PvZ builds a little bit better than the PvT, even though his PvT builds exhibited some great understanding.
Yes, absolutely. Well, right now, we do have that burrow on the way as well as the speed. 4th base on the way as well, which is not a gold. I do have to ask myself if he's going to go for burrow movement. He very well may. It's like not a bad upgrade to have, and
well,
he has a lot of roaches.
You think he's going to do the same stuff we saw last time? Because this is not a gold base he's taking.
Yeah, this map is a lot different because you have like these very small chokes. So some sentries on both sides are going to really put a hiccup into it in certain ways. But then again, you have to divide your army to do that. So I don't know. I like the cannons going up though. Quite a fan of cannons against aggressive players.
Yeah, that's the way to go. So the Mothership Core is going to stay there. It just make it uncomfortable for Zerk to be in that area between the 2nd and the 3rd.
Once again, he is getting burrow movement. He shows the burrow right away. We already have an Immortal popping out too, so he's already kind of identified.
Wait,
the fact that
he actually
roaches.
did it just pop out, or did he cancel it, make an observer? Oh my God!
That's really terribly bad.
And in the flash of an eye, a game can turn completely upside down.
Yeah, this is...
wow.
Well, that's a solar victory, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. There's no way. He's going to lose the 3rd. He's going to lose the probes there. He's going to lose the Immortal.
That's a little bit heartbreaking for him.
Wow. I mean, this is such a heart-wrenching... I can tell you right now, adrenaline really rushing right now for both these players, too, but a heart-wrenching defeat here for Solar as... Super, as Solar just darts in, and it's all about having the technique to handle that, having your screen in the right spot. If you had it in the right spot, he probably would have held it, probably would have won this game.
But he definitely wouldn't have just lost right here. I mean, the game would still be going on normally, and they'd be pretty even, but that's a game-winning move by Solar. It can be risky. He force fields, and you only have like a couple roaches that gets up. He gets, a small advantage from that, but...
We also see a Muta tech coming up behind this.
Yeah.
So that he can actually switch back and forth between Roachling and Muta. And it's basically impossible.
Yeah, this is unwinnable at this point for Super, unfortunately. Like, he's going to hold on and do an Immortal push, which is, of course, exactly what you should do. You shouldn't leave here. Like, if he can somehow get that 1 in a million victory here with the Immortal push, he goes on around to 16, which is huge. It's not going to happen, though.
Yeah, well, not for how Solar's been playing today.
Most likely it's...
I got to say, I was questioning Solar's strategy. I still am, but the execution of it was perfect. I mean, if the force fields had gotten up, it would have been a different game, but he got enough Lings and Roaches in there around that there were too many force fields that had to be made to buy time, that when those went away, there wasn't enough to stop anything, and the 3rd was lost.
The only thing in the universe that matters right now is him staying alive. Solar, that is.
Yep.
If he can just stay alive, he wins. That's it. Like, he has to know. He sees the Immortal shots on his Lings. He knows there's a bunch of Immortals out. He knows that Super has to all in. He's making the Mutas. The Mutas will force for Super to move out, and the Mutas should be able to come back, join up with the reinforcement Lings, and kill the army. This is like a very straightforward
$1,000,000% that there's no way to recover.
Yeah.
For Super. This is, though, Artosis is right, this is the follow-up plan if you lose your 3rd. This is probably your best bet.
Absolutely, especially on this map.
Sadly, it is completely countered. In fact, I'm fairly sure that Super is 99% sure he's lost, but feels like he might as well go through with this in case he leaves the booth and people say, oh, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You could have won. And Solar probably 100% sure he's going to win this, especially after that painful moment.
Yeah, he
And
sees the mutas. He knows that's it.
we actually see Super taking his hands off the mouse for a second. Maybe a little bit too in your face here from Solar.
Yeah, like that was actually a bad idea, that attack, but it
Yeah.
didn't matter. It like again, there's nothing he can do to lose.
GG. Solar's done it. Super is out. And our final survivor is our Zerg player.
You know, it was well done by Solar. He dashed in when he needed to, and it worked out. Super missed the force fields, and thus Super's out. Super is a fantastic PvZ player, so I'm sure he's quite frustrated with how he ended up losing this series.
Hey, he said, if I can win today, maybe I'll get my confidence back. I have really not been going into these matches with the best mindset. Solar did it. Super very frustrated, and understandably so, because all he had to do to make that game move on and to put him in a better position was to have his screen over that moment when the engagement occurred. It's the blink of an eye that can cost you a game like that, and that's the one way you get knocked out of the GSL Code S, man.
Absolutely, that is the case. Well, with Solar Innovation advancing today, that gives us 3 Terrans, 4 Zergs, and 5 Protoss. It's like it's starting to get really balanced out for that round
I
of
dig
16.
it.
Really cool. Good stuff. We'll be having, of course, the Solar's interview here pretty quickly coming up. But this has been actually a very good day of games. I really enjoyed all the series.
It was a real treat to cast them. Yeah. Lately, we've been having better and better games here for this season.
Well, round of 16 is where it really picks up, where you don't want to miss any GSL.
Kind of sad for Super. It's funny that there was the last game there that just, bam, cost him everything. We're going to go there to our interview now and see what Solar's thinking now that he is one of the few players to make it to the round of 16.
네, 감사합니다.
Congratulations, Solar.
어려웠지만 16강 진출, 3연속 진출을 이뤄냈습니다. 소감 어떠세요?
So it's been a bit difficult for you to get to the next rounds. What are your thoughts?
좀 많이 안 좋아가지고 약간 좀 많이
Yes, overall I was really disappointed in my performance today.
많은 전략과 좀 그런 것들을 연구해 와서
For the round of 16, I'm really going to have to step it up and deliver even more. And I really want to have a lot more one-sided victories in the round of 16.
저도 살짝 걱정이 되더라고요. 오늘 경기를 앞두고 좀 많은 부담이 있었나요? 그냥 별로 부담 없이 그냥 레더 위주로 준비했고요. 그리고 이신영 선수가 최근에 너무 잘해가지고 원래 시나리오 이신영 선수 1등을 올라가서 1등을 올라가는 거였는데 시나리오처럼 돼서 정말 좋아요.
And I knew innovation and how well he's played these days.
어떠셨는지 궁금합니다.
I felt that he was going to be advancing, and he did, like I expected.
네, 이신영 선수가 최근에 너무 잘해서 제가 그래도 좀
So innovation showed solid performance. As an opponent, how did you feel it? That's what she asked.
붙어봤는데 좀 세더라고요. 확실히 신영 형이 좀 최근에 너무 잘하신 것 같고 저도 빨리 연습 더 해가지고 신영 형 언젠가 프로리그나 이런 곳에서 꼭 꺾고 싶어요.
And I feel like he's just too strong right now to deal with.
천왕성 맵도 경험해봤는데 어떠셨나요? 개인적으로 천왕성을 한 번도 안 했거든요. 근데 상대 선수가 안 빼는 거예요.
So you played on Iron Fortress.
뭔가 그래서 상대 선수가 안 빼는 걸 봐서 전략이 준비된 것
was going to veto that map for sure, but he didn't. So
좀 안전하게 플레이를 했더니
That's the meta.
좋은 효과가 나타나요. 또 그런 또 생각이 이어졌네요. 저 박대란 해설 질문 들어오겠습니다.
신영 선수와 이제 뭐 앞으로 다시 만날 수도 있으니까 그 경기에 대해서 약간만 복귀를 해보자면은 이제 최종경기에서 제가 봤을 때는 6시를 좀 흔들어주지 못했잖아요. 그거 외에는 본인도 초반부터 수비는 굉장히 좋았어요. 근데 뒤에서 힘에서 완전히 밀리는 이런 상황이 나왔었는데 어떤 게 문제였다고 생각하나요?
On his 6 o'clock base, but it didn't work. Can you tell us about that?
좀 제가 좀 할만했다거나 좀 이렇게 보일 수 있는데 그 초반에 제가 그 투우선 병력에 여왕이 3마리가 죽었어요.
아 그렇죠. 완전 서로 길막을 해가지고
제가 점막을 아예 못 펴가지고 주도권이 완전히 넘어가버린 상황이라서 제가 그렇게 엄청 할만하고 그렇지 않아요. 게임 내내 계속 약간 불리하다는 생각을 했었어요.
그러면 뭐 다음에 맞붙어도 한번 해볼만 하겠네요.
제가 좀 실수 없이 하면 그래도 좀 할만할 것 같아요.
With my army
유일한 실수인 것 같고 그리고 오늘 마지막에 승부수가 굉장히 돋보였었거든요. 그 마지막 이제 두 번째 경기에서 바퀴를 찍었잖아요. 앞바닥만 먹고. 그럴 때 굉장히 떨리긴 하는데 어떤 생각으로 그런 승부수를 한번 띄우게 됐나요?
이게 원래 제 빌드가 아니라 저희 팀의 영환형 빌드거든요. 사실 상당히 공격적인 빌드인데 이게
Actually, that wasn't the build
원래 이게 진짜
that I came up with. That was a teammate's build.
그래서 영환이 형한테 그래서 제가 물어봤어요. 1승률 때
관문 더블을 한 프로토스 상대로 말인가요?
생명열체를 해도 그냥
And he says, I asked him for some help.
그래서 영환이 형한테 물어봤는데
and how to
써도
execute
된다고 하셔가지고 이렇게 좀 영환이 형 덕에 좀
And I actually asked his permission to use his build here in the match, and he gave me permission to do it. So I'm pretty happy that it worked, and I managed to make it to the round of 16. And he says I might treat him to a dinner coming up here.
파수기를 진짜 정신없이 잡아줬었는데 그것도 약간 통하겠다 싶어서 간 러시였나요?
So in the final matches in set 3,
제 건 원래 알고도 못 봤거든요. 근데 진짜 첫
you attacked those roaches, and you got in there before he could get those force fields up.
그래가지고 약간
Tell us about that.
쉽게 막혀가지고 자존심이 좀 상해가지고.
He says, well, when I practiced, I actually had a lot of mistakes. I really wasn't sure if it was going to work out.
약간 가난한 빌드로 했었는데 가스를 좀 일찍 채취하면서 그래가지고 전체적으로 바퀴의 양이랑 이런 게 좀 많이 안 나왔어요.
I started with a really poor position, and I didn't mind much of my gas.
그러면은 이제 프로토스전은 계속 자신감은 유지가 되는 거죠.
네, 그렇죠. 원래는
And he's saying there's still some things he'd like to work out with that.
너무 이상한 빌드에 많이 져가지고 그 자신감이 좀 많이 하락했었는데 그래도
Recently
오늘
in Pro
바탕으로
League,
좀 많이 자신감 찾고
I lost
다시
a lot of
프로리그에서 좋은
matches,
모습 보여드리고 싶어요.
and that really was a blow to my confidence. So when I make it to the next round of the GSL, I want to bring all my confidence back here to the round of 16 and show some great games.
지난 조지명 씨 강수 선수의 활약이 굉장히 컸거든요. 이번에도 혹시 생각하고 있는 컨셉이 있으신가요?
제가 그
So on the last day of the team selection day, you carried the whole team selection.
근데 재미가 없더라고요. 좀 말을 잘하는 선수가 있었는데 하재상 선수 말고 별로 다 재미가 없더라고요.
Yes, I watched the Star League
정말 저도 가고
team
싶은데
selection.
아쉬웠고
네.
이번엔 좀 제가 좀 재밌게
He says there's not as much fun stuff to watch.
이번에
But he says since I'm in the match selection day, match selection day,
장민철
I
선수가
plan to
좀
show some fun stuff there.
네, 조지명 씨께서도
And he says we have MC, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with MC doing that as well too.
8강은 기본으로요 생각을 하고 계실 것 같아요. 사실 그 이상을 꿈꾸고 계실 것 같은데 이번 시즌 목표 들어보겠습니다.
일단 16강에
What's your goal for this season?
거고요. 이번에도 좀 말을
I
통해서
don't even think
좀 조를 좀 잘
about
짜서
being eliminated in the round of 16.
8강 쉽게 가고 이제 더
I want
높은 곳까지
3 consecutive round of
네,
8s,
알겠습니다.
and that's
다시
good enough
한번
for me.
오늘 16강 진출
And hopefully I can make it higher than the round of 8.
감사합니다.
All right,
네.
that does it
자,
for the
이렇게 오늘
interview.
H조의 두 번째 16강 진출자
Good job today, Artie.
강민수 선수.
Casey.
Solar and Innovation are our survivors today. They will move on to the round of 16.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to predict today. Those are really the two players that are by far the more successful out of everyone. So, great job to them. Great to have another Terran moving on as well. Innovation and Maru both up there. It's pretty sick.
I had a lot of fun casting these matches. I hope you guys enjoyed them watching from home.
Yeah, it was quite awesome. Now, next week, guys, we have a couple more groups for y'all. It's going to be the Group G with Dark, MMA, Seed, and Deer. That's really fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to cast Seed again.
And then a triple Terran group that also has Younghwa in it. Can Younghwa battle through these nerds? TY, Bomber, and Dream. Oh, I don't know, man. That's pretty sick.
In case you're wondering why the groups are out of alphabetical order, we had to move some of the groups around for scheduling conflicts. So,
well, we were going to have to do that, but instead we moved around the alphabet because GSL is the best show. Why do you think Code S is higher than Code A? Okay, we do whatever the hell we want with this alphabet. It's ours.
Oh, man, you're too funny. Well, that does it for the show today, guys. Good work, Artosis. Thank you guys for watching. We love you. We'll see you Wednesday. Good night.
I just wanna tell ya, you just got on my agenda. Wanna please you all day long. Baby boo, you're on my way.